I kind of shorted that, made it a little abrupt. Well, welcome to the Livin Life and Style Business Roundtable. I have decided that it was a good idea as part of Livin Life and Style to bring small business owners together. We can talk about the things that make the challenges, talk about our wins, talk about our challenges, talk about opportunities for growth in all of our different industries, and possibly even help people find some services that they might be able to find useful. So I'm going to bring on Ruffles has joined us. So for Ruffles, looking good, buddy.
Thanks, man. How you been?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. You're looking all quaff and
Quaff. Wow.
Like, look at you. Like,
man. Yeah, I'm headed out to Belize here on Saturday. So thought I'd look good for the natives there, you know.
Yeah, I understand that. I just booked a trip for somebody to Belize.
Oh, wonderful, dude! Yeah. I mean, I'm excited. I know it affects your industry a lot. Like, how is this Southwest changes affecting you and your customers?
I mean, everybody I've talked to that flies Southwest is like, well, they're not like abandoning Southwest, but suddenly they're much more interested in considering other options.
I'm in agreement. Yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm seeing too. Is that people are more open to other options now, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, which is good for the other options.
Yeah,
it's not good for Southwest. It's bad for Southwest. I mean, this is the dumbest thing. I mean, this is on the level of New Coke. Do you remember when New Coke happened? Have you heard of what happened with New Coke?
I don't know. I don't really participate in Coke culture per se, but I'm interested.
But there is a Coke culture, right? Like Coca-Cola, right? Like you may not know this, but like there's like a group of people that like love Coke and are completely dedicated to Coke. They buy their merchandise. I think I lost you. Your camera froze. Are you still there, Ruffles? Well, I'm still going to tell the story about New Coke. Oh, he's back. Okay, good. Okay, so there, you I don't know if you heard. There's like a whole culture of Coke like fanatics, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. And so I don't remember what year was it, 1988, 1989, somewhere. This is one of the greatest marketing fiascos of all time, right? Like literally one of the greatest marketing fiascos of all time. They talk about it in business school and stuff, right? And so Coca-Cola had been working with this, their special formula since like the turn of the 20th century, right?
Yeah.
And everybody loved it. And then suddenly somebody at the corporate level got a wild hair up their ass and they said, you know what we should do? We should change the formula and retire the old formula for Coke. And so that's what they did. And it came out.
Are we talking about the original formula or the just like an older version?
No. The original formula is what they were using up until like 1988, 1989, right? And then they rolled out New Coke. That's literally what they called it, New Coke. And it was like the worst thing ever, right? Hey, Zach's joining us. What's up, Zach? Ruffles is on. I'm telling them the story of New Coke. Do you remember New Coke?
Who?
New Coke, like the soft drink in the 80s when they retired the original recipe and they like created like a new recipe for Coke, and it was like a complete bomb. Coke people like
no, we were so poor. Only thing we had was Shasta. We didn't get
Shasta. Vest soda, man. We had Vest soda. Don't forget the Vest. Vest Orange was one of the best orange drinks there was. But so, anyways, Coke had this like complete disaster on their hands because they rolled out this new Coke and everybody hated it. And so they had to go back to the original. And that's why in the 90s, all of the cans of Coke, they would say Coca-Cola Classic. because they had to distinguish it from new Coke because they could no longer just put Coke on their cans because people wouldn't buy it because they thought it was the new formula. And so they had to go back to the original.
That classic wasn't added until like the 90s.
Yeah, it used to just the bottle used to just say Coca-Cola.
Oh wow!
Before that, and on some of the bottles it would say Coke, but they had to completely scrap Coke on their bottles and go with Coca-Cola Classic so that people knew that it was the original formula, and they went back to it. So now I don't think it's that way anymore because it's been so long since that happened. But yeah, like right during the 90s, all of our cans said Coca-Cola Classic on them.
So like now there's a lot of cans that are still Coca-Cola Classic. That's not still the original formula though.
Well, it's not the original formula in the sense that it's not the formula that had cocaine in it. No, but it is the original formula with probably some alterations for sweeteners because I'm sure they're not using pure cane sugar like they probably did in the early 20th century. You know, they probably moved on to some artificial sweeteners and such too, but you know, that's the best I got for you. I don't know. You know, I do know they keep that formula under lock and key and they're not letting me distinguish whether or not it's the same.
Yeah, my aunt used to work for Coke out of like, I don't know, Atlanta or something like that.
Yeah.
And so we'd always get a bunch of Coke stuff. And so we also got to like try all the flavors they were like thinking about releasing like in the next 5 years or whatever. And so I did ask if I could get a sneak peek at the formula and she said no. But, you know, if you don't ask, you don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you remember, Zach, do you remember Crystal Coke or Crystal Pepsi?
Oh, it sounds familiar, but I can't picture
it. Was the fully clear Pepsi?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was awesome, dude. I love
I remember that. Yeah.
Because that I was still going to Clinton High School when they had that stuff. I'd get that shit out of the damn vending machine every day for lunch. I was like totally into the Crystal Pepsi.
See, that's wild to me because I don't know how I heard of it. Maybe like some just pop culture reference, but like we are not in the same high school generation.
Not at all. No. Me and Zach's like 2 years younger than me. So, and we went to the same.
Really?
Yeah, we went to the same middle school and high school together.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, until I moved away. So yeah, and yeah, you're more like my daughter's generation.
I think I am your daughter's generation. Yeah.
I mean, she was born 98. So.
Yep. I was born 98 as well.
Born in 98? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, my daughter was.
Yeah.
My oldest daughter. She's freaking 26 now. My God. Look, I'm not surprised that you're 26, Ruffles. I mean, that doesn't shock me or but when I think about my daughter being 26, that makes me like shake my head.
I am 27 now, if that helps a little bit, you know.
Oh, you're born earlier in the year. Okay, fair enough.
Good enough. January 31st. Yep.
Well, your birthday, not quite as recent as my birthday.
That's true.
My birthday.
Yours was today. I know. That's why I got the invite for the event, and then like Facebook was like, hey, your birthday's today, and I was like, that's
oh yeah. What? It's your birthday, Eric?
It's my birthday. Yeah.
Oh, well, happy birthday!
Well, thank you.
Happy birthday!
Appreciate it. Much appreciated.
Do we have to like synchronize, sing on a webcast?
Well, I won't sing the birthday song to myself.
You won't? That's lame.
No. Right, if you two want to sing the birthday song to me, I will shut up. I'll put my mic on mute and everything.
Oh, goodness.
And I'll let you guys have the floor to do it in 2-part harmony.
Are you like fantastic. A traditionalist, like a happy birthday to you? Are you like a kind of more modern, like happy birthday to you? Like, what are you feeling?
Oh no, I'd be totally traditional.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Zach might the craziest Zach might get was that I belong in a zoo, and look like a monkey and smell like one too. That Zach might throw some part out like that.
Yeah.
But no.
Zach, you have kids as well?
I have one. Yeah, 19-year-old. Yeah.
Yeah. 19, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
19 going on, 25. That's how they. That's
shit. That's how all mine are. Or my older two. My oldest, my younger of my older two, my younger of the daughters. She's up at home. She got a snow day today. They thank me for this because my birthday is my day, is the last day of winter. And so everybody got a nice last dose of winter before tomorrow when spring happens. And what's even funnier, the guy who just moved in next door to me, his birthday, first day of spring. This is my birthday today, last day of winter. My neighbor, his birthday's tomorrow, first day of spring. It's like, hey, there we go. We need to have a fucking block party.
They got it today off.
Oh, block party.
Exactly. Yeah, my daughter got today off because she's up in Nebraska, and they got snowed on.
Yeah, that's where my son's at. He's up in Hastings, and he showed me a picture this morning. It looks like shit up there.
Oh yeah.
Bad.
My daughter's power just went out, and her line, and it was because the line in the backyard going to the house went down, so she might be out without power for days.
Where is she at? Because he said the same thing.
She's in Lincoln.
Lincoln. Okay. Well, it's not too far from there.
Yeah. So yeah, she's a teacher up there, and doing that thing. But yeah, so she gets the day off work because it snowed. So I don't know if you didn't hear, you weren't on yet, Zach. Ruffles is starting his venture to Belize.
As we speak, like right now.
No.
Are you driving?
I'm actually heading to a healthcare consortium. No, I'm headed to a healthcare consortium right now. I'm speaking as a guest speaker, and then I'm headed to Belize here, basically Saturday night, Sunday morning. And so, gonna go out there, gonna go check out a conference, and have a good time. It'll be great.
Okay, I forgot about the healthcare consortium thing. I got to address something here. Now, you said you got all coiffed up, clean cut, looking fresh for the ladies in Belize. Are you telling me you would not, if Belize wasn't at the end of the week, you'd be going to the going to speak at the healthcare consortium, not coiffed and clean cut?
Honestly, I get a haircut probably every 6 months. And you know what? Maybe a little bit of a disheveled scientist kind of speaks to the case of hey, maybe he does know what he's talking about, right? So
just take the hair and give it a good shaking before you walk up there.
Yeah.
Stand up.
You have to you have to try to get it permed and then just quit midway through, so it looks a little wild,
So the healthcare deal for business and Belize for pleasure, is that, or are you working on that too?
No, Belize is for a little bit of business and a little bit of pleasure, but also mainly networking. There's a conference out there for different healthcare professionals too. More of the kind of naturalized medicine, alternative medicine, and things like that. So I'm more of an Eastern practitioner here in a Western world. So I like the ideas of, utilizing your kind of metabolites and food and your own body to be able to kind of heal and understand its own properties to kind of move things forward. So that's part of that. And then it's supposed to be only for 7 days, but I extended it to 13. So that part's the pleasure part. So
there you go.
It's going to kind of hang out.
So next Wednesday, you're going to plug in from Belize and sit on the beach while we have this meeting, and you can join us from the beach. That would be fun.
I don't know. I'll have to check. I don't know what that situation looks like for the time.
I will be sure to extend you the invitation, and just so you know.
Okay.
And
I appreciate it. I'll if anything else, I'll send you a picture from the beach then.
There you go. We can post that up in the background or something. Yeah, no, yeah, I think Cancun. No, Cancun's on. I think it's Puerto Vallarta that's still on Central Time.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think so. Because it cuts in so deep.
Oh,
Cancun is too, I think.
Is Cancun on Central Time too?
It is. Yeah, because I think.
what about Cozumel? Because I'd love to go there too.
Oh, Cozumel's just like, I mean, yeah, it's got to be the same.
right there, right?
Cozumel's just an island right off the coast from Cancun.
Yeah, him as a travel agent. Do you also do flights too on the low?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I actually just got a new supplier to do flights where I have like a lot more ability to dig into their pricing structures and find better deals.
Good stuff. Because man, these flights have been getting ostentatiously confident about their pricing. Like, I got flights to Florida here next month for like $488, and then I had to switch something up because I had another commitment, and then it ended up being like $680. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
I did the same thing. I booked some flights to Florida last week, and it was like, you got to be shitting me how much these are. I mean, they used to be a couple $100. It's
$200 easy.
Yeah.
Which is weird because fuel prices are going down. Oil prices are going down too.
Well, Southwest no longer flies bags for free now, starting, I don't know when, but
I think it's May 28th or something like that.
Yep, May 28th. May 28th.
But if you have a Chase Rapid Rewards credit card thing with them, you get a one bag refunded to you.
Or if you're an A-lister.
Right. An A-list business or whatever the heck the one above that is, I think it's 2 bags. Is that correct?
Yeah.
But they screwed their point structure.
Yeah.
And so where your want to get away doesn't even exist anymore, but it'll be only 2 times, and that's called the basic, which it has like Spirit Airlines level restrictions. You want to breathe? That's $18 extra.
Yeah.
You actually want a seatbelt? That's going to be another $24. Like, ridiculous.
Yeah, but the flight's only 100. So I mean,
exactly. I think Southwest has completely destroyed their brand. That's how we got into the new Coke conversation. Was that I think this is like a very bad thing for the brand of Southwest, because it's not just the bags thing that starts in May 28th, right? Like next year they go to reserve seating, just like every other airline.
Yep, that's true.
So I think and they've had an activist investor hedge fund join their board. They took over on their board, and that's what's led to a lot of this, because I guess recently Southwest's profitability hasn't been great under their current model. But the matter of fact, I just did an article. I read an article on it on my Livin Life and Style daily travel update like last week. And in the article, it said they're going to make $1.5 billion off of charging for bags now. And then in the very next sentence, it said they're going to lose $1.8 billion in lost customers. And I'm like, well, how the does that math work?
That doesn't make sense. Yeah.
And also, like, I don't know how they think that's going to work like that, because I'm just not going to bring a bag, like an extra bag. Like, screw you guys. Like, I'm not paying for crap. I'm Indian. How I learned
going home.
yeah. What is it? Like, I'm not being had or taken by any kind of airline. Screw you guys.
I don't blame you, man. I mean, like I told you at the very beginning of the hour, it's like me and the wife are definitely going to open up our airline shopping. I think Ruffles had to leave. Oh, he's back. He's back.
I'm back.
I mean, we're going to open up our airline shopping. We're going to start considering Delta. We're going to start considering United. We won't consider American. We hate American.
Mm-hmm.
We just do not like their service. But
American has screwed me every single time I've taken American. And honestly, so has United. So Delta seems to be the only one, which they've got a pretty robust like rewards program too, right? The Sky Miles.
Oh, my brother loves it. My brother loves it. That's all he flies with his company. He he does art auctions for Park West Galleries, and they fly him all over the country, and he's always flying Delta. He loves his Delta Sky Miles. He loves his Delta Lounge. He loves the flights.
Yeah.
I mean, it's top from everything I can tell. It's top notch all the way.
Yeah, they've got just better, just amenities anyway. I mean,
yeah,
their seats, everything's different. Everything's better.
They're generally the most expensive for every flight.
Yep,
that's true.
But you get what you pay for. You know,
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the flights you can take on like Emirates?
Yeah. Oh, they're great. They are fantastic. Plus, they give you like 2 days free in Dubai. Fantastic, beautiful. It was a great time.
Oh, you've been on
like,
Emirates.
Oh yeah, you get like they give you like a SIM for your phone. They give you like meal vouchers, all sorts of fun stuff, and like you can even get like a concierge driver and things like that too if you're of a certain status. Like it's pretty snazzy.
Emirates is like top of the line everything.
Yeah.
Basically, it was one of those UAE princes, and he's like, "We're going to make the airline the way I like to fly it."
I like it. Hey, I'm all about it. That sounds wonderful. There's also some Asian airlines, like kind of more East Asian.
Yeah, they're first class or business. I think they're from UAE, aren't they? Yeah,
what?
The Emirates, they're from UAE, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, Dubai, UAE, something like that.
They have freaking pods for their business class.
Yeah.
So they're like you sit in this giant pod. You're completely like you can like zone out the rest of the world.
Yeah.
You have computer screens in your seat. Dude, I had a friend, she's a producer for Nickelodeon, and she like flew to India and spent like a month in India doing some sort of production stuff for a Nickelodeon show or something.
Yeah.
And that's how she got over there on Emirates. And she showed pictures, and it was like like holy crap, first class. I mean, it's like what's like every other first class I've ever seen. It's like, well, those other
wants
ones
to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're all second class compared to Emirates first class. I promise you.
I mean, hey, listen, we when I was a little kid took Air India back to India. That was one of the most exciting experiences I've ever been in. I've never felt like cosplaying a sardine, but in that moment, I had some random uncle to my right. I had some random auntie, like practically on my head. Like they stacked us like 3 deep, 12 wide. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
That is hilarious.
I mean, if you want to get there, they'll get you there. You know.
Yeah. You know.
But hey, at least the food options are actually decent on Air India, though. I don't know about like American or United or any of the other guys.
I mean, if you don't like Indian food, are the food options excellent on Air India?
Well, first of all, that's where you went wrong, sir. It's people who don't like Indian food haven't matured enough for their taste buds to accept flavor.
Yeah, it's entirely possible that I was just working in a house where the Indian food smelled awful.
See, okay, listen.
Like every other culture, take Italian food. I love Italian food, right?
Okay.
There are bad Italian cooks. They
True.
do exist, and they make shitty Italian food, right? So it's entirely possible that my experience around Indian food was from a particularly poor Indian cook.
That could be the case. It could also be the location, but like also it matters what you like.
St. Louis.
No, I'm saying like the location of like where they're from, like their food is from, right? Because like you go to the coast of Italy and you get something called like a fruta di mare, or you get like a puttanesca, and it's going to be that super salty, sour seafood kind of flavor. And people don't like seafood in America. Americans are so damn picky about foods and their textures and things in them. Like, so, yeah.
I hate eggs too.
No, see that's your problem.
Eggs are awful. Eggs are awful.
Maybe you're not meant to be a foodie, and that's okay.
Oh, I'm definitely not a foodie. I will try anything.
Okay.
Right? I will try anything. Like I don't like seafood. Right? We and Rox loves seafood, And we went on this food tour in Puerto Vallarta some years ago. And on the food tour, we get to this seafood restaurant, and they serve us ceviche. And I'm looking down at this, and I'm like, okay, suck it up. We're here on a food tour. It's time to try everything.
That's right.
Bitch. Try it, enjoy it, do the best you can. Okay, all right. Here we go. Psyched myself up. Reach down and grab this tostada with ceviche all over the top.
That's right.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
You took 3 bites. Okay.
I was like, that's really freaking good. Ate the whole thing. And my wife, ceviche. It's like basically
all it is. So it's raw fish and some veggies and stuff that are cut up and cooked in acid.
And it's and so it's not like really raw fish. It's not like eating sushi, but it's
Does it look
it's
like
cold.
Hell?
Do what?
Does it look like hell or smell?
No, it doesn't. No.
What I did was all ground. It was like basically ground up fish and the ground up vegetables, and I mashed that shit down. Boy, my wife looks at that. She's like, and she's the one who likes seafood. I mean, she likes all kinds of seafood, right? And she's like, nope, not touching that. And I'm like, well, I'll take yours, thank you. I ate hers too. So I still don't like seafood. Like people are like, hey man, do you like crab? And I'm like, dude, crab tastes like chewy butter. They're like,
man, you gotta cook your food
like,
right.
No, eat the crab by itself. And I'm like, well, that just tastes like chewy. There was no flavor. It was nothing. And they're like, well, you got to dip it in the butter. It's like, Jesus Christ, if I wanted to eat butter, I'd just eat butter.
Paula Deen has a restaurant down in Branson, Missouri. You could always go to Paula Deen's restaurant.
Dude, that place is the bomb.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, it's really good, and it's family style dining, right? It's like, so you just order mashed potatoes for the table, right? You just order, whatever course you want. You order mashed potatoes for the table, all the sides, the bread, it all just comes out like bang. It's like yeah. Paula Deen's was a bomb. It was really good, man. Everybody gets dessert. It's like 17 pounds of butter with sugar. Yeah, that's the dessert.
Oh my gosh.
Paula Deen's was awesome, man. It was so good. So good.
Right. So well, I've got to go check in here to talk to the healthcare consortium, but if you guys are still on, I'll pop on later then.
All right. Well, we'll be here pretty much like right up to the top of the hour, as long as that can last. And otherwise, after this, I got some travel shit to do, but then it's birthday, so I'm gonna
birthday. Yeah. Well, make sure you keep your clothes on. Your birthday suit comes on after the stream. So.
Well, yes. Yeah. No. Yeah. I do not need my stream being shut down by YouTube. That is for sure.
All right. See you guys. Take it easy.
Yeah. Take it easy, rough. Bye. So
what I was going to ask, what does he do? I know when he first came on there a few weeks ago, he was in between or starting something, or what was
he? I'm not exactly sure what he does now, like what he's doing now. Because when I had him in a networking group before, he was doing, he was in the networking group for point of sale payment systems, right?
Okay, yeah,
credit card processing, that sort of stuff. But I know, like right after we kind of left that group, he was leaving that job. I know he's a doctor, I think, like over at KU Med. So I think that's why he has the stuff that he does at the healthcare consortium, right? I mean, he's only 27, so he's just now kind of hitting his stride as a doctor. And I think prior to that, while he was in his residency and stuff, he was just doing odd jobs and stuff to pad his bank account, so to speak.
So it's not necessarily like he's a doctor, but he's not like
I don't know that he's like a practicing physician or something.
Yeah.
I mean, and I did a bad job of we just kind of got right into the conversation, like right as I started. So I didn't really have him introduce himself and explain any of that. But, at the end of the day, want to have a good conversation. I'll make sure everybody gets their announcements out at the end. I was I started working on like an idea to kind of structure the show better so that that would always happen, that everybody would get their announcements in, and then I totally failed on this. But it's my birthday, so I'm not gonna be too hard on myself.
So you get what you want today.
Yeah, exactly. Except for do the show naked. I can't do that. That would be against the rules. Plus
you
everybody
can.
would
You probably by yourself.
right. Exactly. But as we like grow the show, like I figure we'll like all like trade around the circle and be like, hey, tell me if if you had a win, tell me a win. If you had, if you're having a challenge, let's talk about what the challenge is. And, so everybody in the group can kind of participate on,
Right.
discussing the challenge. Or, if you have opportunities for growth that you're looking to explore and expand on, we can talk about those things. And so I just that'll kind of give us more of a business networking structure that we can kind of stick to as a group for the show when we hop on here. So anyway, so I did come up with that. Other than that, it's been busy. Have you been busy? I've been busy as shit.
It has been. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it has, because every time's flown. I know that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, and don't worry, you weren't the only one who wasn't here last week. Nobody was here last week other than me. I was like on here, and I was like, well, I'm gonna wait. We're gonna treat it as the college rule, man. Nobody shows in 15 minutes. I'm out. 15 minutes rolled up, and I'm like, look, man, if everybody's that busy, then good for them, and they should be doing the busy stuff they need to be doing. And we will see you next week. And that was that for last week. But I totally get it. And because really, it was a relief, because I was like, shit, I got all this stuff I got to do. I had like 2 groups having final payments last week. And one of them was my group for our trips this year.
Oh, right? Yeah.
And so I'm like chasing people down, trying to collect money. Shit, I didn't get one of them collected until this morning. But yeah, and it's just been crazy hectic.
I'm gonna have to remember what I had an idea for that, and I don't remember what it was now.
An idea for?
Yeah, like the group.
Oh, because last time we were talking, I was telling you about how I want to do it to support charities.
Yeah, and I had a really good. I was driving or something. I don't even remember what brought it up, but something said, "Oh, that'd be a good thing for that." I'll have to. It'll come back up. I'll have to remember it though.
Yeah, because I'm definitely going to be looking for that. I meet with it's Devin, right? The web guy.
Oh yeah.
I meet with him next. I meet with him on Friday after, like, right around noon, 12:30. So we're going to see what we can do with him.
He was doing what for websites again, or what was it?
He's gonna work on help improve my web design and flow. It's gonna help me so where I can set up the new cruises and new group trips quicker and easier, and that way I can just go and be like, okay, here's the one I want, bing, and get it into my site so I can start promoting them more efficiently. I don't know exactly what we're going to figure out, but like, so much of what I want my business to be is going to be based on, it's going to be based on this kind of medium, right? This sort of venue where we're, I'm getting people together, at least, starting online, and, migrating that to events and trips and things like that as a group. Right.
Yeah.
But a lot of that top of the funnel stuff that I need to have is going to be based around my website and my YouTube channels and all that shit.
Yeah. For information, as how it works, what the different programs or whatever the different options are. And all that.
because I also just went out and got accepted to utilize a financing program. So now every vacation trip that anybody wants to book with me, I can set up a payment plan for them to make it more manageable for them to do their trip. And you can even pay on it past the vacation.
How much is that's kind of probably a loaded question.
Yeah, shoot.
I mean, a week a week cruise, Caribbean cruise or whatever, like a
week-long
down
Caribbean cruise.
in
Or
Aruba, Belize, I don't know, whatever. I don't know.
wherever, right? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Caribbean cruise. The average Royal Caribbean cruise is about $3,000. Average. At least that's the stat that I used 2 years ago. Right.
This is per person?
Per person. No. That would be $3,000 total. It'd be like $1,500 per person.
Okay.
That's for like a balcony level stateroom, right? So you can get less than that. If you went with an inside, you can get insides for sometimes, and it depends on two things. It depends on the cabin class and the length of the cruise. But if you're talking a 7-day cruise, you can get an inside cabin probably for somewhere around $800 if you find it on sale. Find a good deal on it. You find it probably for $800, $700. That's an inside cabin, no windows. It's basically like sleeping in a closet. The room's big, but there's like literally no windows. You close that door and it's black.
So my thought is that when you're on a cruise, that you're rarely in there anyway, right? Or is that not?
It just depends. I have clients that, yes, that's the case. They're like, dude, give me an inside cabin. I want it to be cheap, and I'm not going to spend the time in my room. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to sleep, and that's all I'm going to do.
Right.
Me and my wife, we love balcony cabins because in the mornings, especially on sea days when we're not hopping off the boat, right?
Yeah.
We like to get up at our own pace, right? And we order room service with coffee and bacon. We go sit on the balcony and drink our coffee, and enjoy the sea breeze and whatever. But that's what we do, right? So it just kind of depends on how you like to travel, right? So but as far as a 7-day cruise, you can get, anywhere right around $1,500 per person is probably pretty fair and accurate. You can upgrade to a higher class of luxury. If you went from like Royal Caribbean, you went to like Celebrity or Virgin Voyages, you might get up to $2,000 per person, depending on the level of stateroom you get and stuff like that. Of them, Royal Caribbean does not, Carnival does not, but most of the other cruise lines do have a level of rate plan that is basically all inclusive, includes your drinks, includes Wi-Fi. Most stuff you see advertised as price though is cruise fare only, which would not include a drink package, would not include Wi-Fi access, or other amenities. And so, and then I'll do my pitch for Virgin Voyages in a minute, and you'll see why they're my favorite. But so on every cruise ship, you're going to end up having free food to eat, for meals and stuff, right? You'll have a main dining hall, right? And it's calling it a dining hall is not fair. It is generally a very nice restaurant.
So food is part of the.
Yeah. There's also going to be a buffet that's going to be included.
Oh, okay.
Right. So you'll have a buffet and you'll have a main dining hall that's going to be more like a nice restaurant, right? And what
did you say was not drinks and Wi-Fi?
Drinks and Wi-Fi. In the main dining hall, you're going to have you're going to have fine dining for dinners, and then it'll serve breakfast in the morning, right? And probably lunch in the mid-afternoon. Right? And then you have access to the buffet, and then you'll probably have a couple of snack shops around the ship that are also free and included, right? Other than Virgin Voyages, all the other ships also have what are called specialty restaurants. All of those cost. The fine steakhouse, the fine Italian restaurant, the sushi place, maybe it's a fine Mexican restaurant, the separated individual fine dining restaurants, they're all considered specialty restaurants. They cost. You have to pay for them separate, even if you have the all-inclusive plan.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Because the all-inclusive plan is only all-inclusive in the sense that it gives you a drink package and it gives you the Wi-Fi, and then you obviously already have food because you have access to the main dining hall and the buffet. And that's how they call it all-inclusive. So now that we've done that,
So
Virgin
what's the price difference in that all inclusive though? Is it
on Princess, the difference is $60 per day per person. And so they're all going to be comparably priced in that range.
Okay.
Right. Princess has $60 per day per person. That's their Princess Plus all-inclusive package. You can upgrade to their Princess Premium all-inclusive package, which gives you better Wi-Fi and a better drink package. And I think some extra stuff too, like 4 free specialty dinings and things like that. I'd have to go look it up, but that's $90 per day per person. The Princess Premium.
Okay, so $400 to $500, maybe $600 per person extra.
Mm-hmm.
On a 7-day. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
I just because I was apples to apples because if
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. So on Virgin Voyages, Virgin Voyages is the closest thing to all inclusive that you're familiar. Like if you're familiar with a Mexican all inclusive resort, Virgin Voyages is going to be the closest thing you get to that in all of cruise industry. Okay. All of their specialty restaurants are included. They don't have a buffet. And they don't have a main dining hall. They have restaurants, just like you're used to having. They have a place called Gun Bay, which is Korean barbecue, right? Which is an awesome place. It's super fun. They have the Wake, which is their steakhouse, and it's as good as any steakhouse I've eaten at here in Kansas City. They have Extra Virgin, which is an Italian restaurant. They have Pink Agave, which is a Mexican restaurant. They have Razzle Dazzle, which is a vegan restaurant. They have a pizza shop. So basically they don't have the main dining hall and buffet combination type of thing, right? They do have an area that is kind of like a buffet, but it's more like a mall's
kind of
like a mall's food court. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so all of that is included. All of your drinks are included, right? The only thing you have to pay for are specialty coffees, fresh squeezed juices, and alcohol, right? Now, remember I told you on the other ones you have to get a drink package, right? And that they roll a drink package into your cruise rate, and that's how they make all inclusive. Well, they don't do that on Virgin Voyages. You just don't have to get a drink package. All the soda, water, simple juices, simple coffee is all included. If you want the specialty stuff or you want the alcohol, they have a system called Bar Tab. And basically you just take the cash that you were going to spend on drinks and you put it into an account at Virgin on your cruise account with Virgin Voyages as your Bar Tab. They give you bonuses for whatever level you buy, right? So if you buy $100, they give you an extra $10 in free drinks. You buy $300, they give you $50 in free drinks, right? And it goes and it keeps going up all the way up to if you put $1,000 in your Bar Tab, they give you like $250 or something like that extra in drinks, right? And then you just spend it. I want drinks. Bleep, takes it out of your account, and that's it. So you can, as opposed to being told, like a drink package on Royal Caribbean costs $80 a day per person, right? That's the alcohol drink package on Royal Caribbean. It's like $80 per day per person. And if you have 2 people in the room, you have to buy it for both adults in the room, right? There's no Zach drinks and his wife doesn't. Tough shit. Your wife's drinking too.
So do they have, is it cost you for regular drinks? Like
on Virgin?
Tea? Yeah.
On Virgin or the other ones?
On the other one. I mean,
yes, but they have a really cheap drink package for soda only. So what I do on Royal Caribbean is I just get soda only because it's like $12 a day per person. It's like, okay, fine. You get a nice little travel mug, right? It's fine. And it saves you the hassle, right? I'm definitely going to drink $12 in drinks a day in soda and water, right? And then if we want alcohol, we just buy it separately and they just tab it to our room. The prices are generally not, at the low end on beers, it's like $9. Some beers are as high as 12 if you get craft beers like my wife does, right? Cocktails are usually $12 to $15. Wines are somewhere between, $10 and $15 per glass. And so they just tab it to your room, just like any other freaking bar. And because I'm not going to drink enough alcohol to make the drink package worth it. $80 in drinks in a day. Shit, you're talking about 10 drinks, man.
Yeah,
9
exactly.
drinks. I'm like, dude, I'm not that guy anymore, man.
Yeah,
I
it's
am
not
not
gonna
that
work.
guy.
Yeah.
No. But when you have bar tab, it's worth it. It's like, okay, I don't have to buy $80 per day per person. I can just say I'm going to budget about $500 for drinks. Because you start getting $80 per day per person, you got 2 people in your room, that's $160 per day per person. On a 7-day cruise, you're almost to $1,000.
Yeah,
almost just for drinks. And I'm like, dude, I ain't never spending $1,000 for drinks on a fucking boat.
right.
No way. Not because I'm not a partier still. I got a partier heart, but I no longer have the physical endurance to withstand that level of alcohol consumption.
So is Virgin Voyage roughly the same price as the regular?
It's more akin to
rate.
Celebrity, which is a little bit higher. So you can probably get in on let me just look it up real quick. Just pick some random cruise on Virgin.
I've never been on a cruise, so I don't know. That's why I have all these questions. And then I've got more questions on like stops and sea days and all that shit.
Yeah.
I just don't know what.
My first cruise was when I took my youngest daughter on her 16th birthday. That was the first time.
I was like, I don't ever want to go. I'm like, so you're telling me you don't want to take like a week and go to like 3 or 4 different places that are like the dream places that everybody wants to go, and you really only spend a day there, which is really about all you really want to spend there anyway, unless
and not only that, I mean, it's to find. It also helps to find out the places you'd want to go.
Find what you like. Yeah.
Because you're not going to want to go. It's like me and my wife, we can go and hit 3 places on a trip, and we're like, you know what, that place is really cool. We should go like do an all inclusive there and spend 7 days there. That way we can spend more time exploring it.
Yeah.
But until we find that place, why the hell do I want to do all that?
Yeah.
Like, let's see. All right, here, I'll just share the screen. Oh, wait, this is the wrong thing. I gotta move this. Copy. Paste. Enter.
Yeah, because I will say, like, a lot of the ports and stuff are not necessarily right in the zones of where you get to see we went to Aruba, and the port's not really close to I forget what even the beaches were called, but
right, not really close to where you were, type of thing.
Like where we were staying. But Can
you see that screen all right?
Yeah. Well, I could, and then it went.
Oh, yeah. Well, here, I can make it bigger.
I got a full screen now. I didn't.
Okay. All right. I just figured it's good to do what?
Riviera Maya.
All right. So right there, that's inside cabins for $16.98. So, but that's not per person. That's total cost of the cabin, $16.98. So $1,700. You're talking. What is that?
Damn, that actually goes kind of a little ways, doesn't it? I guess.
Yeah, they all go out of Miami. This goes to Cozumel. Then it's going to take you back to the beach club at Bimini, where you go to Richard Branson's private beach club. Which the awesome thing about that is all of your bar tab and stuff, you can use it at the beach club. Most of the time when you get off the boat, you can't use like your drink package while you're on shore because you're not buying it from the cruise line. Right. Well, when you go to Bimini on Virgin, that is his private beach club. So your bar tab works there at the beach club when you get your.
That's absolutely crazy. I looked this. I ran up and down that damn beach there where that is, like before any of that was even there.
Even existed.
Oh yeah. I stayed out there for a week, deep sea fishing.
Oh, that sounds
We'd run
awesome.
golf carts up and down that beach right there because the houses were like the last ones on that side of the beach. I looked at it on Google Earth the other day and I was like, holy shit, this doesn't look anything like it doesn't look anything like it did whenever I was there.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure it does.
I mean, they were just starting to build that casino, which island time takes forever to build anything.
Oh yeah,
dude. and it was just starting at that point, but
they are on their own schedules down there. All right, dude, right there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's where it's at, dude. That red hammock is the most fantastic thing. We love it, dude. Like you were asking about, well, do you really spend that much time in your room and on the and on the balcony to make it worth it? On that balcony? Yes.
Yeah,
yes, I do.
There you would, because you're away from everybody else, and
it's so peaceful. Anyways, so you can get a cabin, this cabin, right? This one right here. You can get that whole cabin for $2,200, less than $2,200. Right there. That's the full price. That's not per person. That's the full price.
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah. See right there, per cabin.
And that's not really that small.
No, but they have better ones. I mean, here's the Rockstar quarters. This is the suite level. The suite level is freaking awesome, dude. You get butler service. They call it a Rockstar agent. You get access to a Richard's rooftop, private rooftop access. It's like the private area for the suite people. I mean, these rooms are badass, dude. I haven't had one yet.
I don't know that I need one of those, but shit, that's cool.
Oh, see, I thought you'd change your mind.
That's pretty cool.
That's the cheeky corner suite, man.
I'd actually probably spend more time there than I would on topside or wherever.
Oh man, I'm telling you, it would be worth it, dude. I mean, if I have any complaints about Virgin Voyages, is that their pool deck is rather small. There's not a lot of room in their pool. They got 2 pools, and they're both fine, but there's nothing wow about them. You know what I mean? And yes, I would spend a lot more time on a deck like that.
So what else is on these? I mean, what else is on the ships?
Well, we talked about the restaurants, showed you some of the cabins. You also would get, they have shows, live music performances, like Daredevil high wire acts. Now in Virgin's got a little different vibe going. They do a thing called Scarlet Night on every one of their ships. One of the nights that you're at sea, there'll be a Scarlet Night where they turn on, like, all the lights on the ship turn to red, right? Everybody picks something red to wear. My wife bought me a pimp costume, so I wear a pimp costume. And it's velvet red with a giant velvet red hat and fucking zebra striped lapels. It's badass, and I fucking rock it. But everybody wears something for Scarlet Night, right? And then there's a giant party. They have a giant party at the pool. Then they take the giant party down inside and into the Manor, which is their giant nightclub. And they, it's just a giant party. And then another night they have a PJ party. And then another night they have a 70s or disco night, and so they just kind of have all these things going on. Meanwhile, they have live music performances going on. They have a stage, stand-up comic show that rotates through, and just general entertainment, live entertainment type stuff going on the show. And then they have a whole shopping mall down there with a lot of stuff that I can't afford to buy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's also duty free because you're in international waters.
Yeah.
So, it's got it's probably cheaper than you would get here in the States, but I can't afford it anyway.
Still that high price shit.
Yeah. But it's kind of fun to walk through, check it all out and stuff.
Do they have casinos on there too?
Yep.
Like Virgin.
Yeah, just about. Virgin actually has World Poker Tour tournaments, like officially sanctioned World Poker Tour tournaments on it. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. That I think they did that last spring. I haven't heard anything about it this year though, so I don't know if they're doing it again this year. But yeah, and if you start doing the casino thing on cruise ships, you quickly will start getting free rooms offered to you. Free cruises.
Like
No bullshit.
as long as you're losing or what?
I have no idea how it works because I don't gamble and I don't do, I don't go down that route. But I mean, I do know people. I mean, like they'll get a 7-day cruise, cost them $150.
Oh my God.
That is no bullshit. And that's on most cruise lines. Like on Royal Caribbean, their casino is called Casino Royale. And
so what is a so that is far more luxurious than I had in my mind.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, it's not. I'm not. Yes.
Check this one out.
That's far more luxurious than what I thought.
The Mega Rockstar quarters for $8,900. You get electric guitars that you can play. They just come as part of your room. They have a record player,
bottomless in-room bar.
Yeah. Yeah. I like if I had this room, I might not ever leave it.
Spas. So I'm assuming, yeah, there's spas and all that shit on here.
Oh yeah, spas. Yeah, definitely.
It's a resort. It's a floating resort.
It's a floating resort. Yeah. Now like on Virgin, they don't have water slides and shit like that because this is adults only, right? Like Celebrity caters to adults, even though it's not adults only. Like you can get your kids on board and they have kid programs and stuff. But they don't have water slides on Celebrity either because it doesn't cater to kids. It caters to adults. But like Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, Carnival, MSC, they all have water slides, zip lines, carnival rides, arcades, all that kind of shit on there too.
What's a good? I mean, they all probably they're probably different too. I'm sure, like as far as how many stops and ports and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't. I mean, I don't know. What's describe that? I mean, are you going to go to 4 places, 2, 5, 7? I don't even know.
On a 7, like okay, so we're going on a 7-day, right? In June, we go from June 13th to June 20th. We're leaving out of Los Angeles, out of Port of Long Beach, and we're going south through to the Mexican Riviera, which is the west coast of Mexico, and we're going to hit Cabo San Lucas. Right?
Yeah.
We're going to set sail. We will have one sea day where we're at sea right after we leave port. We'll be on the boat all day long. The next day we'll arrive at Cabo San Lucas, right? And we'll get off and do whatever we want to do in Cabo.
For one day?
For one day.
One day.
And it's usually like I'd have to go check hold on. I can go check and see.
I mean, typically.
Well, honestly, it depends on each one because sometimes they stay there.
Where you're going? Okay.
Yeah, sometimes they stay there all day. Other times it's just part of the day. Let's see here.
So I mean that seems like more than a day haul down there, but maybe not. Maybe it's a day.
Yeah, no, I would have thought the same thing, but it generally isn't. Let's see here. So we will arrive in Cabo San Lucas at 12:30 p.m. and then we will depart at 8 p.m. And then we'll sail overnight and arrive in Mazatlan, Mexico at 8 a.m. and we will leave at 6 p.m. And then we will set sail from Mazatlan and arrive in Puerto Vallarta at 8 a.m. the next morning, and we will leave at 5 p.m. that afternoon. And then we will have 2 sailing days at sea until we arrive back in Los Angeles at 7 a.m.
Because you're coming back up from there.
Yep.
Okay, so that's a 3 stop. Is that what we call that? 3.
I mean, it's just called a 7-day cruise or 7-night, 7-night, I think, cruise. Some might have, some might have 4 stops in it just because, just because they don't need the sailing days to get back, and there's 4
Right.
stops.
Like I'm looking at like the Caribbean, if you go to the Bahamas, then you go down to, I don't know, Puerto Rico or something, and then it seems like you could hit quite a few in 7 days down in there because everything's pretty damn close.
I mean, you're probably gonna. I mean, you're definitely. In most cases, I would say in a 7-day, most cases, you're gonna hit maybe 4. You're gonna probably have at least one sea day back.
Yeah,
right. At least one sea day back.
Yeah.
But like, if you take a 5-day cruise, you might spend every day at a port because you won't go as far. Right. Part of the reason why I have there's 3 sea days is because it's so far to sail to the first destination. Right. And then I need 2 days to get back from the last destination because it's so far away. Right. But like, if you do that one we were looking at, or this one, look, boop, 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 it's 5 nights.
Oh, they come over there first, Cozumel. Okay. And then,
you'll sail over here. And this might be a sea day. Hit sea day. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, home on 5. You probably get home the night after you left Bimini. I can probably do that. Oh, here, day by day.
Yeah, I mean, you can
right there. Miami sailing, Cozumel sailing, Bimini, Miami.
Okay, so that's a late one. That's why 2 hour or 6 p.m. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And Virgin is known for staying late in ports. I mean, they leave at 8 on that one. They leave at 7 on this one. And if you're going, I mean, honestly, if you are going without children, or I mean, hell, your kid's at 19.
Yeah, he ain't going.
he may not be going, but he can. Like, I'm telling you right now, once my boy gets to 18 years old, I may only sail Virgin voyages. I mean, I still got to check out Celebrity and a few others, but it's just so convenient and easy. The prices are good. Everything's included. It's.
Yeah, that's pretty good, really. That's a pretty good price, really, for that whatever one you just showed me there for $2,100 or something.
The Riviera Maya one, yeah. No, I mean, and you get the balcony, man. I mean, I can email you this link. It's
what else? How do you look up what's like available? Like how do you know? Like me, I have no freaking idea what I'm even looking at. Like, you got anything over there in the DR and down in there?
Oh yeah, I'm sure they have DR places.
Because that's not a place that I don't think I'd want to go spend a week, because I'm totally unfamiliar with it. But I'd sure like to step foot on it.
Let's see here, Caribbean. Let's just see. Oh, let's look. When would you want to go?
I don't know.
You want to go with the summer or the fall? Fall's cheaper. Let's do fall.
Probably. Yeah. Oh,
all right. I've done this sailing. This is the Fire and Sunset Soiree. I've been on that boat, Valiant Lady. It's fantastic. You go to Key West Beach and the Beach Club. It's real simple. It's real quick.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah.
And it sails out of Miami. This is basically the one we just showed you, only it's Costa Maya instead of Cozumel. Here's Dominican. This one goes from Miami to Puerto Plata and then back to Bimini.
Wow, Bimini's that thing.
Oh, he hits Bimini. They hit Bimini on every sailing in the Caribbean because that's where the private beach club is. So every trip goes to Bimini. And
so what? I mean, is there anything? Do you get to go like down the 7 Mile Island and get to see some of that, the native stuff, or does everybody pretty much just stay there at that beach club? Like, to me, you
go like when we went to Bimini one time with my brother, with Jason, we rented golf carts and we drove to Big Mike's Conch salad place and had conch salad on the beach, and then we went back to the beach club and partied it up. The last time with my wife, we did the beach club for the first half of the day, and then we took an excursion. It was just like a a boat ride around the island, just kind of check out the island and stuff, and included drinks and stuff and music. And so we just kind of cruised around the island, checked everything out, and then came back and then went and got back on the boat. So, I mean, there's other stuff to do. But the beach club so far, out of all the things I've done, it's still the funnest.
I just didn't know if they, because to me, like part of going and seeing that culture, like, I mean, I still know like 3 people that live there. It's just,
in Bimini,
it's such a small, yeah, it's just such a small.
Yeah. I mean, you can totally make that work,
small community.
Here's one that goes to Phillipsburg, St. Martin, Tortola, and Bimini. They have these specialty trips that are super popular. So there'll be like
Halloween.
There'll be like a Halloween costume party. Oh yeah, you should also know that like the master of ceremonies on all the Virgin ships is a drag queen. So
all ships,
all of their masters of ceremonies are drag queens.
Why?
Because it's Richard Branson.
Okay.
It's just their thing. I don't know.
All right.
I didn't make it up, dude. I'm just letting. I wouldn't want you to get on board and be shocked.
It's
right?
just weird that they all are. I mean, having one or here, there, or whatever. That's fine. All of them's kind of weird, but
I've only like seen like I've like hardly am ever around it, so I don't ever don't ever see them. But yeah, just so you know, wouldn't want you to not know. Valiant's Haunted Holloway Soiree, right? I mean, that's going to be a fucking party. Honduras, Mexico, and Bahamas. I mean,
that's a long ways.
Yeah, we did this one. Roatan, Costa Maya, and Cozumel. That's 7 nights. Scarlet Lady's great. It just got out of dry dock. Has a bunch of improvements. So, but yeah.
Interesting.
And then, like I said, you're able to set up groups, like I said, with any of these lines. That's why I want to set these things up so that, different organizations want to generate revenue for them. I can market it to their customer base and split the wickets with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, if you haven't considered a cruise, and I would also recommend that you stay away from a 7-day to start. Try one of those 4 or 5 days, because if you're not used to it, you might find out you're more motion sick than you're aware. Most people, it doesn't bother them, but I promise you this.
My wife's brain would tell her she would be, so then she would be. So
I promise you this. If you get on a boat and you find out in day 1 that you have motion sickness from being on a boat, you do not want to be stuck on that boat for 6 more days.
That's true.
So it's usually best to try a 4 or 5. Now I prefer a 5 as opposed to a 4, just because I think a 4 is just, especially for us in the Midwest, you already have to fly and travel just to get to the port. That it just makes it makes it not worth it to do just 4. So I think 5's the right amount for a new person who's, coming from, has to travel a distance just to get to the port. I think that's probably an important thing to do.
All right. Well, cool. I know more now than I did before.
Awesome. I'm glad this show's working out, man.
Yeah,
we're all learning stuff about everybody all the time.
Yeah.
Fantastic. We will have to Mike couldn't make it today. He did text back, said, sorry, I couldn't make it. I was like, hey, no worries. That's how it goes. So I'm sure he'll be back in the next week or so. And I keep inviting other real estate people, insurance people. If you know anybody, man, you're like, hey, man, what are you doing for networking? And also, you can share the link that I send you. There should be and maybe you're not getting them. There should be instructions for how you can share the link to your followers to
it does that when I first get on. Yeah, it seems like I get that
some notice about it. So I mean, you're not I don't think you're operating your own YouTube channel, but if you have some social media platform where you got people who would be like, hey, it's cool to see Zach on the screen. Share it around, man.
Yeah. Cool.
And like I said, if you know any business owners that want to hop on and talk about their stuff, let's bring them on.
Yeah. I will.
You can literally copy and paste the link I send you.
That same link. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up though, because I'm gonna go grab some lunch. I'm about to start this birthday. I got to do a bunch of freaking paperwork, but I'm still gonna start this birthday.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Happy birthday.
Thank you, sir. You have a good day. This is the Living Life and Style Business. What we call? Oh, Business Roundtable. There we go. Business Roundtable for my birthday, March 19th. Everybody, goodbye. Have a great week. We will be back with this live stream next Wednesday. Yeah.